Hey, welcome to Tools on Tech. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top navigation bar that I have in my day planner and all my other favorite pages. It allows me to quickly click through the different spaces that I have in Notion. Now, if you're anything like me, then using Notion over time results into a rather large tree view. Let's not look at that again, ever. Instead, let's build this nice top navigation bar. Let's take a quick look at how my header bar is working. And if we take a quick look at it, you can see that it has the home page that I use to get started and quickly get to any section inside my Notion. I have the day start page that I've mentioned in my previous video. This is a logbook page that I use to quickly add entries in my day, saying like I met with someone or we had a Slack call, anything like that. And then the rest are my live territories. And these are like start pages for different big rock things in my life. So we're talking personal here, YouTube, Datapunt, which is the company I currently work for, Abonai, which is the volunteer organization, and my business, which is usually taxes, so it's very boring. Because I have the same navigation bar on the top of all my main pages, it means that I can nearly mindlessly click between these different sections in Notion. Now let me show you how I made this header. We start by creating the largest heading type. So I take £1 and get to a heading 1, and then I can start adding emojis to it. So I can type this one and go, for example, for Fox, which is what I used for the Abonai one. And I got like a briefcase, for example, for work, and I used a heart for personal. Now this is like a very small header bar, but on the moment it's not clickable. Making it clickable is pretty trivial once you know how to do it. And that's by simply selecting the emoji and preferably the space after it. Now if you have spaces in between, the reason why you also want to link this is because you get this nice single line under your header. If you do not select the space, then you'll get a dotted line, whichever you prefer in your workspace. To be able to post a link, you need one, of course. Normally when you do link, you can search through Notion, and that makes it a lot easier to find something. Unfortunately, if we try to do the same by going here and selecting this and then creating link, yeah, we can type all we want, but Notion won't show us anything. So what we do is we go to a browser, open the same page and copy the URL in the top. You take this URL, go back to here, paste, and then click link. And the end result is a nice clickable icon in your header bar. Now let me quickly build this one out. Right, so I created a very small header bar here, and this works fine for our example. You can make this as long and as complex as you want, and combining with the linking, you should be able to make something that works wonderfully for you. We have one problem though. We don't want to copy this to all the pages, because the problem that you'll get if you do that, and let me show you. I copied the example to 2 pages, and the problem that we're hitting then is that if I add an emoji to this one, so let's say we can add like a tooth thingy, that it won't show up in the other locations. And that's fine if you have 2 or 3 pages, you can manually copy and paste that. But as soon as you start having this on 5, 6, 10, maybe even 100 pages, it will become a huge pain to make even the slightest update. Luckily, we have a trick around that. The trick we're going to use here is global blocks. Now I was first pointed to this pro tip by Danny Hatcher, and thanks for pointing that one out because it's really helping my navigation day to day. And I did some research on YouTube to figure out how to use it, and I'll link to the video that I used originally to figure out how to use it, but I'll also go over it here to help you guys out immediately. If we're looking at my personal templates folder, you see this global header that I've been using everywhere, and I put this link under it. Now this link is a changed version of the thing you get if you click on copy link, because if I paste that one, you can see this one's longer, there's an in-between spot there, but the end is the same as this one. Now I'll show you how to update that later, but I'm first gonna demo how this works. If I paste this and I say link to page, I get a link to the immediate page. But now if I take this one and I'm gonna paste it on a different page, because global blocks on the same page sometimes do weird things and usually you only need them once. And I paste it here, nothing happens. That's because if you copy paste from the code block, Notion does something with it, but in most browsers you can do a Ctrl+Shift+V and then it pastes them without formatting and you can link to page. And then we get the block. So you don't get a link, you get like the full text. And the nice thing of this one is if I would add something here, so I'm adding a couple of letters and I go back, you see that they are added here as well, making it that if I add an icon to my global header bar, it will be added everywhere in Notion. And this is super useful. How to turn a link into a global link. What I do is I go to the header that I want to have in this case, and I do copy link. And then if I paste it, it's too long. I need to remove the bit between the slash and all the way, including this one. And then you get the link that we need and that we can use and block. Let's see if it works on this one. As you see, it moves it if you use something like this. But if you do the same trick on a subpage, and we use the Ctrl+Shift+V method, link the page, it works fine. Now, I don't know about you guys, I mean, I have no trouble making this small change, but I do code every day. And not everybody wants to do that, so I made a quick regex 101 sample for this. The link will be in the description for this. And what you do is you get the link and you get to this page, and it has some weird regular expression here and a test string, and you paste your string into the test string and it will light up exactly what it's going to replace. And all you need to do is copy the bottom one that says substitution, because that's the modified URL. Now I can go to another page, take an empty spot, paste that, and then say link, and you're done. That makes it a lot easier to make this change if you're not proficient with code like me. Thanks for watching. I hope it was useful. Once you have this link, you can just paste it on top of all the pages that you are using this on. Play around with it. The global blocks are super useful for other things as well. I use them for things like signatures or other things that I want to repeat over and over again within Notion. This was Tools on Tech. I talk about using tech to be more productive. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're awesome. Keep it up.